if Saturday is God's Sabbath day, then why do Christians all over the world go to church on Sunday?
Well, boy, that's really a good question, because there's nothing to validate the keeping of Sunday in the Bible. It's merely tradition, purely tradition. There's only 8 verses on the first day of the week in the Bible, and none of them talk about transferring the worship of God, the day that God sanctified from the 7th day, to Sunday. And actually the tradition dates all the way back to a few centuries after Christ, when Constantine legalized Christianity, and he enacted the very first Sunday observance law. You can read about it in a lot of encyclopedias. Collier's encyclopedia says that on the venerable day of the sun,
let the magistrates and the people residing in cities rest, and let all the workshops be closed. Then in 364 AD, in the Council of Laodicea, they passed a law requiring that Christians must not Judaize by resting on the Saturday. The religious leaders, led by Bishop Eusebius, stated, "All things whatsoever that it was duty to do on the Sabbath, these we have transferred to the Lord's Day, which was a name they gave to Sunday."
In 70 AD, Roman armies conquered Jerusalem and burned the temple to the ground. At that time, it became very unpopular throughout the Roman Empire to be like the Jews in any way. And Christian churches had recently been established throughout the empire, especially in the city of Rome. And so because of this war against the Jews, it became very unpopular to be like the Jews in any way, and the Bible Sabbath looked Jewish because the Jews kept it as well. And so tremendous pressure was exerted upon the early Christian churches, especially in Rome, to move away from the Bible Sabbath. Well, at the same time, Sunday was a day that was recognized throughout the Roman Empire as the day of the sun. The Romans worshiped the sun on Sunday. And so as the Christians were feeling pressure to get away from anything that looked Jewish, they started thinking about this, and they said, hey, you know what? Jesus rose on Sunday anyway. And so it became a very convenient rationalization to move away from what looked like a Jewish Sabbath and to move towards Sunday. If you've heard the expression, when in Rome, do as the Romans, that really originated over this issue. And so the shift took place gradually, especially in Rome and in Egypt and Alexandria. And as time went on, the Roman Catholic Church really became a dominant advocate for Sunday observance as a replacement to the Bible Sabbath. Nevertheless, the Bible itself does not change. And the 4th commandment still says that the 7th day is the Sabbath, not of the Jews, but of the Lord.
Well, as you can see, winter has settled in here at the beaver pond, but the beavers are still active and still coming out Sunday through Friday. Not quite as